Hello guys, this is Ratu498 and this is a 2v2 commentary battle on Shogun 2 Total War. I'm playing with a random and we're facing the RCQ clan, which I believe is Reconquista or something like that. My build, I've got the heavy gunner unit from the DLC, I've got a matchlock unit, or 4 Yari Ashikari. I believe I've got 4 Lone Sword and 2 Katana Samurai, and I've got 5 cav, including the fire cav and the rest of them are Yari. So my opponent has got the heavy gunner unit, and he's also got, I believe, 7 more matchlocks. 6 more matchlocks, sorry. He's got a few Yari cav, and he's got a few spear units and a few sword units. And I believe he's got 1 bow as well. So the red player is Tyrannical Tyler over here, and he's facing the random that I'm playing with. And they've both got the same kind of build with the huge matchlocks and everything, so they're going to kind of play a kind of shock kind of game, where they're going to try and shoot you and give you a huge morale shock before you attack, and then hit you with the rest of their units, so they can kind of finish you off. So I wasn't prepared to really let him get a huge amount of shots off at my units with his matchlocks, so I've got my meat shields in front, which is my Yari Ashikari. And I've got behind them my matchlock and my heavy gunner, and then another line of Yari Ashikari, and then my sword units. Tyrannical Tyler has decided to try and flank me. As he sees, I've got a rush build, so I think they're going to try and get me into kind of like a little box. So I decided to switch right out on the flank, and it also gives my opponent an option now, because Tyler's switched a couple of his units. It gives my opponent the option to move forward and try and do something with those units. Although he doesn't, it gave him the option to do it. So I rearranged my lines a little bit, and as you can see there, Tyler's still moving some men up. He's now got the Marathon Monk unit, I believe, and another spear unit behind, and he's also got a Great Guard, I think it is, over there as well. So I switched 3 of my cav to the left, 2 to the right. I'm going to switch another one across to the right in a minute. Just because I can get this flank. Oh, I also had the Waco Raiders in that little forest area down there to the right. They were in there. So as you can see, I pulled forward and Tyler instantly switches again, so I'm going to just pull back again. I'm not going to allow myself to get morale shocked by these matchlocks, because if I do that I'm going to be in a whole lot of trouble. So what I'm hoping to do is I'm going to hope to try and trick Tyler into turning, and then try and charge his matchlocks with my cav when they're not facing him. So over on this flank I'm going to rush my Waco Raiders in a minute, into his spear unit in front of his cav on the right, and I'm going to do that to try and get rid of his spear unit. If I can get rid of that spear unit there, then I can send my cav around the side and be able to get rid of his cav and be able to come behind these matchlocks. So Tyler's moved forward again, and he's reformed his lines up. So in a minute I'm going to start advancing, and I'm hoping he's going to turn his units again. Lovely little fire there. So this is my cav unit now going to get switched round, and this is where I'm going to begin my attack down here. So these Waco Raiders are going to go in and they're going to try and attack the spear unit that he's got over there. If I can take that out, as I said, I can get my cav around the side. So it's quite important to be able to get rid of that. So as you can see there, if I can get rid of that unit, then I'm completely open to outflank him. So I'm going to start my attack now. And he gets a couple of little shots off, and as soon as he gets a couple of little shots off, my cav are going to move through in a minute and try and take them out. So basically I'm just going to rush up as close as possible. I'm going to let his entire matchlock unit, all of them, all just have a great big fire fest with my Yari Ashikari. So the poor Yari Ashikari are going to get completely and utterly slaughtered, but it's going to do very little damage to the rest of my units. So now I can see he's turned, so in come my cav. He did exactly what I wanted him to do. He moved his matchlock, so they're not going to be in a firing position. He also does something which is pretty bad here, is where he targets both his spear units onto the one cav unit, which is the one that isn't here, so it's the other cav unit. And I managed to pull that away before his spears get involved, and I managed to get hit on his other matchlock unit. My Waco Raiders, you see, are doing a good job with those spear units, so my cav have come in, and they're going to just help finish off around here. I'm going to try and get rid of these cav units best as possible. My cav's a little bit better than his. Got a couple of extra experience on them, they cost a little bit more. And I'm focusing on this right hand side. I don't want to focus on the side where his heavy gunners are, and I don't want to focus on the side where Tyler can support him. So if I defeat this side with the majority of my units, then I'm going to be in a much better position. As you can see here, Tyler's moving units around to support. But these are my katana, I believe, that are coming in on some of his matchlocks. So as you can see, I'm getting outflanked now. But that was never really a problem to me, because as you can see here, I've completely destroyed his right flank with just charging my sword straight at him with a few cav units to support. My matchlocks and my heavy gunners are firing off into his units. These heavy gunners are ridiculously good. They seem to just blow the crap out of everything, which you'll see in a minute in one of the cav battles. Another Yari Ashikawa unit I've sent forward to chase off his matchlock units over here. I believe they were monk warrior matchlock guys, so they were pretty good. And here he's kind of counter-charged me, so I've moved my guys forward, sent a cav unit in, decided to pull that cav unit out as I see his charges halted. So I'm just going to decide to shoot them up. As you can see, he's just left them idle there, so I'm going to manage to shoot them up. My centre of force has been routed away. My ally sent a couple of cav units in to counter Tyler's units, which he brought in. The rest of my units now are just going to finish off the rest of my opponent's units. And as you can see, Tyler's units coming in. He's got a couple of cav units coming in now, and my allies' cavs in there, as well as my own. So there's a lot of Yari cav in there, but Tyler sent in a great cav, and I think there's another Yari cav as well. So basically now I'm going to line my matchlocks and my heavy gunners up to blow the crap out of these guys, and really, they really do blow the crap out of them. People are going to see in a second every single flag just go white. There we go. The heavy gunners have fired off, and all of a sudden there's just dead horses everywhere, and all the flags are white, which was good for us. Great guard in there, 2 enemy Yari against one of my depleted Yari units and one of my allies' Yari units, so it worked out perfectly. But these guys are ridiculously good. They just blew the crap out of everything. As you can see, there's nothing left there now. Just blew the whole lot out. I managed to pull away about 8 men out of a Yari unit, and that was about it. So Tyler's sending across another Great Guard unit, and they're going to come in and they're going to try and finish off what's left of my army. And he's also got his matchlocks and some spears there as well. So I'm going to wait for him to advance as I see his matchlocks moving forward. I've got my heavy gunners here, and as you can see they're firing off now. And they just literally ripped through that matchlock unit, and that matchlock unit's gone. And he's got one more matchlock unit there, which I'm going to have to deal with. So the Great Guard unit's coming around. I've got a spear unit left, and they're going to try and engage that Great Guard unit and try and hold it up. Kind of managed to get it, but kind of don't. So that unit is now managed to get in amongst my lines and stuff. I've got my matchlocks and my heavy gunners out of the way, so it's just engaged with my sword units and my spear units in there as well. So it won't take too long to rout this guy away, but it's kind of an annoyance more than anything, the fact that he managed to get in there. As you can see now, he's starting to rout away now. My matchlock, the opponent's Tyler's matchlocks have moved up. I'm trying to send a sword unit in to go and get them, but that sword unit was already wavering, so if these guys get their shot off they'll just run. But they didn't, so they decided to go in for melee as well, so hopefully I'll be able to rout away this matchlock unit pretty quick. As you can see, the flag's gone white now. Managed to get rid of the Great Guard units, and I'm just going to reform my lines up. My opponent's, my teammate sent in another couple of cav, just to come in and help out and deal with those units. And now my teammate's going to attack Tyler. So Tyler's matchlocks all fire off, but they're not going to do as much damage now as they would have, because he hasn't really got any units left now to go and hold them up or send any cav in to try and hold them up or anything like that. Tyler's got a couple of decent spear units left over here, so I'm going to have to deal with them, and then that will be pretty much all I'll be able to do, as I've got no cav to rush over and help my teammate. But my teammate should do just fine now, really. Tyler's got nothing left really just to hold him up, so he's got some bow units and some matchlock units, but that's about it. And they're only matchlock Ashigaru, so they're not particularly good. It's not like he's got samurai matchlocks or anything like that there, which are going to be a lot better just as the shock, because they're a lot more accurate. So they do a lot more damage on the first hit. Over here my swords are starting to rip through these spear units. And as you can see, my teammate now has just annihilated Tyler, because he had nothing to kind of support himself with. All he had was missile units. So as soon as my teammate got in close to him, that was pretty much the end of it. So it was a good game to the RCQ guys, sorry. Thank you very much to them, and also it was a good game to my teammate. And I hope everyone enjoyed the video. Please rate, comment and subscribe. And thank you very much guys. I'll see you later, bye bye.